for Dirk to still be at 38%, the way he did it, taking more, like his shots were more difficult than Towns. He played in more big games than Towns, so there was some way more pressure on Dirk Nowitzki's, shots and just his performance in general than there is for Karl Anthony Towns, and more pressure. I think he had to shoulder a bigger load than Dallas than Towns does in Minnesota. And even free throw percentage, right? Dirk's still 88% from three. Towns for his career, or I'm sorry, from the free throw line, Towns is 83 and a half, 83 basically. So I think I would give the edge to Dirk, although I was 1000% ready to say no, like Cat's that dude. I knew Dirk was that dude. I didn't know that percentages were that good though.
Well, so I mean, it's funny when you say careers, because unfortunately your first year and your last year are usually not that great in the NBA. And sometimes, depending on how long you played, Dirk played 21 seasons. The last couple years are not that great. So when we crunched the numbers, we did two different sets. The full career one, 20 point per game scorer for his career. If you take away that first year and really his last 3 years, because he was just kind of, he didn't play as well. He's getting older, 40 years old and all that. 22 points per game for 17 years of his 21-year career, while shooting around 40% from three, close to it, 38 to 40, depending on what year you looked at, 38 to 41, depending on which years you're looking at. So to do it for that long is where it's like, look, Karl Anthony Towns, his numbers are impressive. And anytime you have a big that's shooting 80% plus from the free throw line, that's a good big, because you look at the greatest bigs of all time. Wilt was like 50%. Shaq is like 50%. Then you have the outliers. Kareem was like 78, 81%. And that's what people always said was the difference between Kareem and these other centers was if he got fouled in crunch time, he's making his free throws. So when you have a big that makes free throws, it does make a big difference. But for Dirk to do it for 20 years, and Cat is still in year, what, 7? 6, 7?
Yeah.
So you got to keep it going, and if he continues to do this, he's going to continue to add to the argument that he might very well end up being the best shooting big man of all time. But he's had a great start so far. He's dealt through a whole lot of hate throughout his career, a lot of talk about his toughness, that famous picture of him and Boogie, which is still one of my favorite pictures of all time. Boogie's just standing there and Cat's doing everything he can to try and hit him, and he ain't even moving. But the man can put up points. Lots of points, and he does it in different ways. And came out this year, All-Star break, said I'm gonna, and goes and wins the 3-point contest. No one was expecting that. Kind of reminded everyone how good he can be. And in this era where it's all about shooting from deep, he's fitting in beautifully and standing out at it.
Yeah. I mean, this year in the NBA, he's one of just the best shooters in the NBA, big or not. Like he's one of the best shooters. I used to have 41% on just about, what is it here, 5 attempts a game. 2 years ago, he actually shot better percentage on 8 3-point attempt a game. So I mean, this is a man who can absolutely set the net on fire from beyond the arc. But I think Dirk's just in a different level because of the ways he was doing it. I do think the pressure of carrying a team that actually had expectations does matter. I know Minnesota's having a nice year this year, but it's like a nice year for Minnesota. If Dirk was ever the 6th seed or whatever Minnesota figures to be, it's like, that's a disappointing year. But Dirk was carrying title expectations, right? Even before they won it in 11,